what's going on? Welcome to tarot readings on YouTube. I have not done any of those. I've only been posting them on TikTok, but here I can do a longer format. I can make it a little bit more. I feel like people would come here who want more information than like the quick TikToks. So that being said, as I had promised on my channel was that I want to do this for the rising signs. So I've just posted Aries rising and I'm just going down the list, and I had also explained. So I'm going to explain in all these videos, and then I promise you I'm not going to explain it again. So why would I choose a rising versus a sun sign? Your chart, I'm staring at a chart right now because I have a chart. I think everybody should have copies of their own chart and pay attention to transits, because what's happening in the sky and shit directly affects us. I personally believe that the whole mantra of like in movies when they say like the stars just aligned, right? Like that's not just a saying. I actually firmly believe that that is very accurate. So that being said, planets can belong anywhere in your chart. You can have them anywhere from the 1st to the 12th house, even your sun. So, but with a rising, your rising sign is how you present to the world. So, and what that is where you're born and how you're born. It's like where the sun is on the horizon, and that actually kicks off your houses. So like when you're listening to astrology and they're telling you, they're not talking about sun. It doesn't matter that they say sun, moon, rising, Venus, North, whatever the fucking case may be. It's like, yeah, it can apply to that because your planets could be in those houses, but they're really basing it off of the houses themselves, because it's just easiest to give astrology that way, because the houses, each one does something different. And where that sun is on the horizon as soon as you're born kicks all of that off. So like, for instance, I have a Gemini sun that's in the 10th house, but my Virgo rising, because it was in Virgo at 28 degrees in terms of view from where I was born, in Rhode Island. When I listen to astrology, I have to listen to Virgo, and they'll just say that. They'll just say Virgo. They're not going to say Virgo risings. I've only heard one woman who actually acknowledges it that way, and she does it properly, because they're basing it off the houses. So like the houses give you an idea of what's going on. It gives you the themes, and the planets that are in there gives you like a general je ne sais quoi, so to speak, of like what that hyper focus will be in those terms. So I'll go through these just like I did with the Aries. So the first house is the house of self. The second house is the house of possessions and other people's money. The third house is the house of communication. Fourth house is of home and family. The fifth house is creativity and pleasure. The sixth house is work and health. The seventh house is of relationships. The eighth house is transformations. The ninth house is philosophy and higher learning. 10th house is career and public image. 11th house is hopes and goals. And the 12th house is spirituality and secrets. So for Taurus risings, which is my next, that's the next one. Well, I didn't do this on purpose, but as a tarot reader, I can't ignore this. So for Taurus risings, you have an issue with the 5 of Wands, competition or conflict. The 5 of Wands is my work card. So you may be having some issues there with chaos, but that's exactly what it is. It's like fuckery. It shows 5 people all battling with poles at each other. So it's competition, conflicts, but tomfoolery too. So for Taurus risings, and I did actually just have the chart up. Okay, so right now you have Uranus direct in your house, the first house of self. Oh God. All right. So right now you are having some Uranus or Uranus, however you fucking pronounce it. I don't care. It looks like Uranus, and Uranus never made any sense to me. Anyways, so you are having, and this is like at the ass ends. So Uranus is the house, not the house, it's the planet of like rebellion and going against the grain. So you guys have been going against the grain probably for the past couple of months, because that's when it went direct in your sign. I have been watching and paying attention to that directly. So that being said, because we have Neptune, Sun, Saturn, Venus, and the wounded healer in your 12th house. So the 12th house, remember, is spirituality and secrets. The issue with the 12th house is this. The 12th house is a connection to the spirit realm, but also it's hidden. It's in the dark. It's a blind spot. Think of it like a blind spot. So where Aries risings are using all this energy because this falls in their first house and this falls in your 12th house, is that it's like you are having a lot of fucking conflict. That 5 of Wands is probably far more accurate than not, where you're probably like just fucking going through it. Like I can't even imagine. That's a lot of fucking plants to be in your 12th house. I'm so sorry. But then in your 11th house, which is the house of Pisces. Well, for you, it's Pisces is your 11th house, which is hopes and goals. So hopes, dreams, friendships, social groups. You have the North Node, which is your destiny, in my opinion, because I'm not an astrologer. Let me preface this by saying I'm not an astrologer, so please don't come at me being like, you don't fucking know shit. I actually know more than the average person, but I don't claim to be an expert. I have studied astrology for years because of just how much I love it. And because it affects us all. So you have the North Node, and you also have Mercury in your 11th house, as well as Mars. So you're having a conflict. This is just like nothing but a conflict because it's like delusion. It's like you're like, how do you have you're not moving forward with shit because you don't know how. It's like I know. So like for Aries risings, and it's not too far off because like I said, these are like right there with each other. So for like Aries is having a deconstruction of self because all that stuff is sitting in their self. And then they're having these issues with Pisces being their 12th house, but I don't want to confuse it because I'm talking to Taurus risings. So like you have this hope of having this clarity evaporate because it's probably the universe is screaming at you to move forward with something or do something different. And you're like, I want to, but how? It's like literally like, I want to, but how? So that's pretty much really the gist of what I'm getting just looking at this chart. Again, I'm not an astrologer because there's these things fucking aspect each other's. Don't ask me about aspects. I'm not an astrologer. I would pay someone who knows what they're talking about for that. But yeah, it's like if you're a Taurus rising and you're like, yeah, that sounds like it, stick around. Okay, so I have Oracle and I have probably my favorite deck. And I'm going to pull some cards for you and see what you guys can be facing in the spring with all this. And it is stagnant. Dude, I'm telling you, stuck. Yeah, it's like looking at this, I can see it's like, I want to, but fucking how? You might even be screaming at the universe to tell you. I bet you are. I fucking bet you are. Okay. My spirit team, my spirit guides, plus my highest self, as well as the divine. What do our Taurus risings need to know? What are they going to be facing in spring? Now that we're in the spring equinox, what can they expect for themes and things popping up for them? Daydreaming, hopeless. So head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams, lost, depression, glow up, karmic, drowning. So new opportunities, new career, successful business, third parties, haters, lessons learned. Over your head, overextended, raw, wishful thinking, and happiness, joy, and healing, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. So then you're going to have a similar kind of like problem is, okay, so looking at these, my gut tells me you miss an old version of yourself. That's what this is telling me. This feels like that, where it's you're like, yeah, I want to be that person, but how do I become that person again? Yep, glow up. And then here we go, double life cheater. Two-faced pop up, over this glow up, consequences, antisocial, masked, and recharge. So you've been through something so badly that like you're just a shell of who you were. It seems to be it. So bad choices, games, mixed signals, and you're feeling silent treatment left out, hiding, concealing, deception. Breathe, let go, and clear your minds. All right, I'm gonna pull these. So yeah, like why does my gut say that you may have gone through some kind of a split, a breakup, and somebody's walked off with your friend Rue? That's what that's giving to me. Where it's like you feel unsupported. This rebellion, that would make sense. Yeah. So what's hidden? Illusion, sun, lessons, love, and having to survive with it with the wounded healer, but you have hopes. With the North Node in Pisces, Mercury communication, and Mars. I'm telling you, I'm like, I know that this is just a collective message for a bunch of people, but I feel like you're even asking the universe for communication. I bet you are. I'd be willing to bet where you're like, why is this happening? How is this happening? My spirit team, my spirit guide, my highest self plus the divine. What can our Taurus risings expect from this spring equinox? Yep. Cheating, betrayal, Emperor, Aries energy here. Okay. Movement, Chariot, Cancer. So right now, Jupiter's in Cancer. Yeah, sneakiness. Dude, I'm fucking telling you. Sneakiness, betrayal of Aries. Okay, so what this is telling me is exactly that. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 there. This is 7 swords. But it's like, so this is telling me, I'm so excited. I'm so sorry because this is very, very, very obvious to me. So the thing that is getting you through right now, because Aries is cheating you, remember, it's your blind spot. It's hidden. It's the 12th house. If this fucking Cancer, if Jupiter wasn't in Cancer, you probably would be like fucking going through it. Now, Cancer would be in Cancer's in your 3rd house. So communication, so thinking, learning, siblings, and trips. You may even, what's the spell? Okay, 9 of Wands being more weary. What's the spell? Queen of Cups, intuition. Queen of Wands in reverse, not getting what you want. Oh, I fucking love it. I'm so sorry. My eye is twitching. Not getting what you want of your intuition, truth, or whatnot. I'm telling you, Pisces again is your 11th house, hopes and dreams, not getting what you want of your hopes and dreams. Because I'm still maintaining what I said, where it's like, you're like, I know, and I want, and why is this not happening? I'm telling you, this is telling me that. So, okay. So, yeah, so you're going through the ringer and it's fucking rough. Yep. 4 of Wands here, upright, coming together with Jupiter. And like I said, Jupiter's in Cancer right now, and it's exalted and it loves being in Jupiter. I'm telling you, it's like the expansion may be a thing. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So that being said, indulgences, things like that. You may have even found yourself gaining a little bit of weight. You may even be pregnant. Like that's part of that too. A lot of people will be like, oh my God, with it. It's like, this is very real. I just watched a TikTok. I'm a Virgo rising. So that means that there's like, what the fuck is it? That's gonna be, it's in my 8th house. Okay, so yeah, Aries is my 8th house. So like I'm probably going to experience like my father dying because Saturn's there kind of shit. But that's just, I'm a Virgo rising, you are not a Virgo rising. You do not have to worry about, well, I won't say that. That doesn't mean that you're exempt from passing away or anything, but this is like very specific because Saturn is like the old man. So like if you want to know about things with your mom, you look at the moon. You want to know about things with your father, look for Saturn. That's how that rolls. And it's like somebody had lost their dog of 15 years. It's like, yeah, that's 8th house. That's 8th house. Stuff that you don't see coming. Whereas with the 12th house, it's like that shit's just fucking hidden in the dark. Which is why this is like a betrayal of Aries. Oh, I had it upside down. This is a betrayal of Aries because shit is hidden. You can't see it, but Queen of Cups, tuition, so not getting what you want. Like I said, I feel like that's the hopes and dreams and having anxiety over it. Yeah, like I said, the cards are like honestly like fucking telling me. And here we go. Competition with your intuition or not being in a nurturing position. That could very possibly be it. So competition with being in a nurturing position, which makes sense because again, it's like I can see that it's like you're being told to move, you feel the need to move, but you don't know how to do it, and you're fucking begging for it, and they're not. Happiness, sunshine, competition with happiness and sunshine. 2 of Pentacles, not being able to juggle the chaos of an emperor. Now, granted, this doesn't necessarily just have to be that. It could be not being able to juggle the chaos of a betrayal with somebody, but I still feel as though that is still part of that 12th. So you may have even found this deception. That's very possible. And you didn't realize it. Yep. Now you're independent. 9 of Pentacles here, upright. So if this is indeed that case, that's a big deal. Yeah, heartbreak, anxiety, and heartbreak here. So I'm so very sorry. Not but lack of passionate new beginning. Page of Pentacles with a lack of commitment. So you asked him to say and he didn't. Six of Cups in reverse, repeating cycles. Oh, so you may have even begged. If you begged, stop. The whole point of this was that this shit needed to be revealed in order to part ways so that way you can move forward. Yep, justice here. The heartbreak is you have to and this is Libra energy too. I don't think there's anything in Libra, right? Nothing in Libra. But it was like this heartbreak is justifiable because it happened to you, but also it was necessary because you have to part ways with them. And that's why he's not doing it. Ooh. Leo Capricorn energy here. So the devil, toxicity. So you think you're happy, but you're not. And that seems to be the issue. Yep. Not being able to take blindfold off to moving forward. King of Wands in reverse. So he's a weak leader. He can't be tied down, but he's also not bringing anything to the table. That seems to be an issue. Two of Cups, may even be married to him. Eight of Cups, needing to move forward, leaving someone suits you in pursuit of something better. My eye is twitching. That's important for somebody. And then an Ace of Pentacles. Yep. So not being able to take a, not being, okay. So the problem is this, is that you have to move forward. So you feel as though you're stuck, but you have to move forward because abundance is on the other side of that. You're not, you think that it's not, but you have to go. And like I said, everything's kind of screaming at you because of it. And you're like, but I don't know how. I'm telling you, I understand. Knight of Swords. So normally this card, he's pretty fucking slow, but this is the fastest moving knight in the deck. So that's ambition. So this lit a fire under your ass, releasing the fear of ambition of the Emperor. Page of Wands, being distracted. So you are to stop asking for him to stay because that's the biggest thing. It seems as though you're trying to get him to stay and you have to let him go because he is who he is. And this is going to hold you back. Wheel of Fortune, upright, Taurus energy. I think this is Taurus. I don't know why the fuck I said that. It's definitely Earth energy. I don't think it's Taurus though. But Earth energy here, completion. So this will close out a cycle for you. And also see this. Every time I see a wheel, it does remind me very much of a chart, of a natal chart. So it's like this completion. So this is going to end a cycle. Three of Cups here upright. Oh shit. Take the illusion of a reunion or a celebration has been ripped away. Page of Swords, curiosity over. Like I said, I feel like you may have even lost a friend group or something like this. But if not, maybe this Emperor was your friend group. So you're curious to see if he reunited with an ex or something like that. Or curious to see if they're hanging out kind of thing. Two of Cups here. But I would assume you're checking to see maybe he left to go with somebody and you're checking to see how happy they are. Don't do that to yourself. Yep, one-sided relationship over this heartbreak, temperance, Sagittarius energy. And right now Lilith is in Sag, which is the dark side of the moon. So she is about rebelling and she is about femininity and moving forward as a divine feminine. And basically, like, if you know anything about the story of Lilith, she was exiled because she wanted to be on top. And Adam was not cool with that shit. He wanted her submissive. So one-sided relationship. So ergo, you get heartbreak because of it, because he wasn't contributing anything. It was all you. You're basically in a relationship with yourself because you're the one that was doing everything and holding it up. And that's why you gotta let him go. Yep. King of Swords, being ruthless over this one side. Like, you're doing too much. You do too much. You're doing way too much. You are carrying this on your back. And that seems to be the issue. Yep. Hierophant, Taurus energy. There it is. So this is telling me this is you. But I feel as though this is a marriage of some sort. But yeah, so you are definitely being led and told, here we go, over this. Empress, Taurus energy as well. So you got double Tauruses. So the Hierophant and the Empress. So creativity, the whole nine. Like, this is like, you probably have something. You may even have your Venus actually in Taurus too. That's very possible. Eight of Wands, incoming message of being defensive to completion, world to completion of justice. Nine of Wands, being more wary to defenses of completions. So yeah, so whoever this is probably telling you to leave them the fuck alone, but you need to. You honestly do. Ten of Swords, painful ending. I get it, but you have to move forward. You have to leave this in the past. That seems to be the biggest thing that you're trying to deal with. But once you use astrology and you understand all of this and you understand why you're facing it and why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, you can actually move forward. But sound off, please leave a comment. Let me know know. Does it sound like anything that you're going through? My heart goes out to you. And I guess if you would like a private reading where we can actually do one-on-one specific diving in, send me a message and we will get that booked. And you can like, comment, share. I need to remember to say that too. Even though this isn't a podcast, I still like, comment, share. And yeah, let's build this community. But Taurus Rising, stick with it. I understand. I see your pain. And just know it's temporary. But yeah, happy Tuesday, guys.